Good evening, everybody. I'm Bob Beck, and you've got gas here on Speed Scene Live. One of the things we always do, and we're working on cars, is you go to that bag of bolts or the drawer with all the extra bolts in it, and when you're working on something, you got to have that right bolt for something. Well, I'm going to show you some that are just made to handle all those problems you have.
What the heck kind of...
Did you ever have the hole so close to the edge of something you couldn't get the bolt in? We've got the offset head bolts.
The offset, I'm sure that would work once you get a half a turn around, too.
Well, there's always problems, but there it is the offset head.
Oh,
now,
look at that.
Oh. You've just drilled the hole in the panel. Mm-hmm. You're trying to match it up to the hole in the main part. The holes don't line up. Guess what? We've got the bolt for that. This is for the mismatched holes.
Yes.
Now, a lot of you guys countersink your holes, and sometimes you get a little grab on the drill bit, and it goes down a little bit too far.
Yes.
This is the extra coned countersunk bolt.
So you get a lot of countersink.
You can go if you really got into it too heavy with the countersink.
Is this
goes flush?
A countersink?
No, that one's coming up shortly, though.
Oh, wow.
All right, so now you drill the hole and it's on an angle. This one fills the need of all those extra wide holes you've drilled. And the heads. Now here's that. We talked about the countersunk one that you just talked about. Well, here it is. You put that panel on. You did all your fitting before you put it together, and you drilled the countersink on the wrong side.
Oh yes.
Here you go. We've got the bolt for you.
Something tells
that
me.
looks like some nails I've put in a wall before.
Oh yes, well this one's when you didn't get the hole just quite where you needed it to be. This one finds the angle and gets right in there, so you can tighten things down.
It finds the angle.
All right, so now how many times have you drilled a hole, found that it's in the wrong spot, and the other bolts that we just showed you don't work? You got to drill another hole right alongside it. Now they've merged together, and you've got this one big hole. Here you go.
Nice.
This one's for you. It's the binocular bolt.
Oh, okay, there we go. And
all right.
What's that look like?
Well, no matter how many times you've drilled it, the hole's still too big. So this one adjusts. You've got the standard hole on the bottom. That's the one you were trying to drill in the first place. But the one on top didn't quite make it. It got a little bit oblong, a little bit wider. This is the bolt for you. It is the assembler's special oversize and standard combination bolt.
We are indeed a country of innovators.
Yes, we are. We can do that.
Something tells me Bob's been watching me drill holes.
Yes. Well, you didn't put the countersink too deep, but you did it twice.
Right.
Here's the double countersunk bolt for you.
The double countersunk.
It takes care of all those double drilled holes that you've got that you wanted to countersink. Now, this one is the one I use a lot. You ever have a situation where you don't have the right size wrench, but you do have a vice grip?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, this one's corrugated, so it grabs the vice grip.
Well, you always have to have a vice grip.
Yeah, that's the main tool on most Fords, right, guys?
You got to have two things. You got to have WD-40s for things that are supposed to move and won't, and vice grips for things that won't move that are supposed to move.
That's it. Yeah, so you got it, and here's the bolt made just for that.
That's delicious. Oh.
All right, now you re-drilled the hole, but you still don't have it matching. This is the one for you. It's the double-sided bolt. Gets into both those holes. All right, now, you did the taper on the bolt, on the hole. This one's a natural taper. It goes into any size hole. From small to large, you just tighten it down, and it'll go right in place.
That's right. The tighter you tighten it, the tighter it gets.
I need a wrench for something like that.
Yeah.
All right, now, this one's, you guys, Mother's Day is coming up. Every woman needs one of these in her toolbox. It's a hammer and screwdriver set.
It's a shoe and a knife.
Yeah. I mean, you talk to most people. What do they use when they're in the house trying to fix something? Well, I don't have a hammer, so I've got a shoe, and I'm going to use that butter knife.
I have my own personal toolbox, Bob. I'm insulted. I have my own tools, my own hammers and wrenches and screwdrivers and socket sets. I have everything.
You're a car girl. You have these things, but this is for the general public.
I've always had my own special tools. Every woman out there should.
All right, here, for those of you who are not really totally computer literate and you need to cut and paste something, here's the cut and paste kit for you. What do you have to cut?
This is ridiculous. The Adobe Photoshop AB 1.0.
Yes. See, it's the kind of cut and paste I do.
Wow.
All right, now, guys, we know how you like to keep your fingernails looking cut, clean, and trimmed.
Oh, yeah, I use this set all the time.
It's the manicure set for you.
Sure, yeah, the box cutter and the ignition or the electrical tester in the middle there. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Trust me.
Yes, this is how you get your Windows 8 to finally work.
Yeah.
It's a computer tool.
Yes, this is a computer tool. I mean, everyone's got computers nowadays. Well, sometimes you have to just adjust them a little bit.
You know what? I haven't used that yet. On the 2 feet to your left, Bob, is a Windows 8 screen.
Yes. Oh, get ready.
That's right. So we'll try that next.
Yes, that's your Windows 8 tool. Now, for those of you who have trouble holding your pen, here's one with a training wheel.
It's got a little, there's a little tiny digital gauge on that.
Yes, that tells you how far off you are while you've been rolling it down the paper.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Do you ever have that bolt that you can't get the wrench in for, but your fingers fit, but you can never grab it tight enough with your fingers? Here you go.
You know, Bob, I had one of those before, but mine was left-handed.
Oh, yeah, you had the left-handed version. This is the right-hander, and definitely. And now, everybody, you never know what you're going to need to fix something. Well, here's the MacGyver kit. It is your very own paperclip. It will fix just about most everything.
I see, though, it's squared on the bottom, so it's obviously a very special paperclip.
Oh, yeah, it's got special uses, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is that a mullet?
It was,
Hey,
yeah.
don't talk, Lucky. When I met you, you had one.
Well, he probably combed that mullet with that paperclip.
All right, you see these ads all the time in the paper with these discounts. Well, these are some special tools. Now, you notice up in the upper left-hand corner, you've got the laser-guided paintbrush. Now, for those of you who really want a pinstripe but really like wider stripes, this is the one for you.
And by the way, there's fine print that says, "Warning, remove cats from the room while painting."
Oh, yeah. Squat.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who like the Muppets, look at those work gloves. Those are just for you.
Muppet grade work gloves.
With 4 fingers.
Me on that one.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh.
And there's a whole bunch of them, like the imitation key machete.
Yeah. And
What does the generator do?
Well, no, that's not a generator. That's a smoke and noise machine.
Oh, perfect.
But it is 12 horsepower and 4,500 watts.
Yes.
I've seen those at the racetrack before.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah, usually people put them behind their trailer next to the person that pits next to them.
All right, let's go on to the next one.
Oh, by the way, that does say, I must point this out before we move on, it runs on peculiar gasoline diesel formula, which you mix yourself for maximum noxiousness.
That's right, yeah. And you can put it on a dyno. It'll look like that truck a little while ago.
Wow, and that's our last item, Bob.
That's our last item. These are, this is the day that I figured I'd tell you all about special tools and bolts and nuts that you need to do all the things on your cars you do.
I need some of these.
I know, especially with that Edsel.
Yeah.
Well, Diane, do you have any special tools that you use on your race car?
Oh my gosh.
Her husband.
Yeah.
Her husband.
Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
That's that special tool.
That was good.
Yeah, quick.
Woo.
Well, Bob, thanks so much. That
Not a
was very fun and enlightening, and I'm sure our viewers enjoyed it.
And it is April Fool's, isn't it?
Yes. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, Bob.
Are you? Why? Because I didn't bring you any samples?
I'm sure there's a tool that will shock you.
Yes.
That's 12-volt power.
That was that manicure set.
But where do you hook it to, Lucky?
That generator.
Depends how kinky you are, Diana.
Ooh.
Doesn't it, though?
I know that paperclip would work in there somewhere. It conducts electricity.
50 Shades of what?
Yeah. Ooh.